Tell us about the process of incubation. How does it work out?
So what we've developed is a process where if individuals want to start or grow successful businesses, they're able to apply to join us. And it doesn't matter whether they have an idea or they haven't quite settled on an idea yet, or perhaps even if they've started a business and they want to work with us to grow their business. Either way, they're able to join our process to work with us to grow their businesses. So we've set up a process that lasts for 6 months. It's set up as an incubation process as well as an academy where individuals are able to learn about the fundamentals of business by going through business, as well as receiving a business coach or consultant, someone who can help them, guide them along the way as they start and grow their business.
So if somebody has a business idea, do they need to have funds available already, or do they have to come up with a way of sourcing them?
So the entrepreneurs who get selected for our program receive 5,000 Rand grant funding. Whilst this might not seem too much, as we were speaking about just now, one of the entrepreneurs was able to create 400,000 Rand worth of revenue in his 3rd month of trading. So where individuals have a great idea and they're keen to make it work, they're able to do so. But what we're also doing here is working with these entrepreneurs to get a track record, so that once working, after they've worked with us for that 6-month period, they're able to go on to secure other funding, bigger funding, that they can then grow their business and do bigger things.
For a business to grow, you would need resources. That's capital. And after getting resources in place and on the fundamental lined up, what do you do then when you have a business idea and you don't know which direction it's going to take?
So what we want to do is work with the entrepreneurs so that they are independent after graduating through our program. What we found is that many entrepreneurs, by going through incubation programs, end up being quite dependent on the incubator themselves. So we would then work with the entrepreneurs to find out what the best direction is to take. But we also take a data-driven approach as much as possible. So encouraging them to go out there and to do the research and to find out, based on the data, what is the best decision or the best direction that they should be taking in their business.
Is government doing enough for businesses to be operational from start to where they're performing at the highest level in terms of funding, creating opportunities, and making them to function in an environment that is enabling, that is creating clientele and getting support?
I think government's done a lot, especially if you have a look at the new BEE codes. I think it's done a lot to create that environment where now there is a real focus on supply development and enterprise development, especially amongst small and micro businesses. I think if corporate South Africa really grasps onto that and owns it and wants to run with it and make it happen, the South Africa that we have in 10 years' time will be markedly different from what we have today. But there obviously are a couple of other little things that I think could be done better.
Yeah, you'll find that sometimes when somebody comes up with an idea, it's not new. The market is flooded out there and there's duplication. What is it that you do to follow a criterion whereby you select very carefully for a variety of business ideas that can be accommodated across the spectrum so that they can be able to offer something new, something fresh, that people would have a justification to support them?
So with any business, the most important thing is customers. If you don't have customers willing to pay you for your product, you don't have a business. So there we work with the entrepreneurs, making sure that they're able to identify what is their unique selling point. What is it that sets them apart from other businesses? And then leveraging off of that and advertising about that and marketing around that specific idea so that they can differentiate themselves in the market to make sure that they are different, obviously, to all the others as well.
We've got a high number of businesses that fail. When you look at the statistics, South Africa's data that has been released, it shows that most companies in a period of 3 years start doing very well and they collapse in the end. What is it that the incubation process can do to actually change the scenario?
So we've come across a number of different things that have resulted in businesses not being quite as successful as they need to. One of them is that obviously the lack of funding, where they can't get the funding that they need in order to grow their businesses. So we've put measures in place that we're able to find the right type of funding at the right time to invest in those entrepreneurs. Others is that many of these entrepreneurs don't have a track record. They don't have experience in making management decisions or strategic decisions. So what we do is through the micro incubator, they're able to see on real world, make those decisions and be able to learn from it, so that a couple of years down the line, they're not making those type of mistakes.